You know what would just be so crazy is if you met a guy on a dating app and you go on a first date and the first date goes relatively well, so you decide to give him a chance. Over the course of the next 2 weeks, you hang out a lot as friends. He messages you every single day, all day. It feels a bit excessive, but you kind of enjoy the attention, so you go along with it. He also sends some flirtatious things, and so you realize there's a mutual attraction there, so after 2 weeks, you begin hooking up. And this connection continues for the next 2 months. He messages you every single day, even when he's out of town. You send spicy selfies back and forth. He tells you how much he enjoys spending time with you. He introduces you to all of his friends. But around the 2-month mark...
Yappa yappa yay, gentlemen. Can I ask who of you ordered a yappuccino? Well, gentlemen, there was this meme that men's biggest stress relief is attached to men's cause for stress. And all this to say, this woman has some very nice jugs. Am I right, fellas? But welcome back to the channel, gentlemen and ladies. Welcome back to the desert. If ladies, you haven't quit the video already because of my obscene comment. But I can't help it. It's just very delicious knockers. But so what was she yapping about? Something she got with you know, the usual suspect, the bad boy, and they started hooking up after 2 weeks, and now the guy is dismissive because he found someone better. Very tragic. But we'll listen to the whole thing regardless. And let's see how this woman got trapped, guys.
The next 2 months, he messages...
By the way, like and subscribe, please. I gotta beg you, like a beggar.
Connection continues for the next 2 months. He messages you every single day, even when he's out of town. You send spicy selfies back and forth. He tells you how much he enjoys spending time with you. He introduces you to all of his friends. But around the 2-month mark, it starts to feel like the tables have turned, and suddenly you're the only one initiating plans. So you say something about it, and he denies, but he also proceeds to go on a monologue about how busy he is with work and working out and friends and sleep. And you're like, yeah, of course, we all have other priorities. I'm not asking you to take away from those. I'm just asking you to initiate plans every once in a while, because every time I do, you say yes, but you're just not asking me first. And he, again...
He got bored of you. Because you were never important, right? I also, guys, gotta mention, I love how these women, when they talk about their situationships, the good things they mention is, we used to talk a lot, and we used to have very friendly conversations, and we used to flirt. Trying to make it look like those are the things they need to be happy in a relationship. Which they aren't. Right? Because I can guarantee you that there's not only this man, but 100 other guys also trying to flirt with her. There's another 100 guys also having the friendly conversations. There's another 100 guys who also text her good morning. Right? Like, let's not pretend that those are the things that keep you in this relationship. No, what keeps you in this relationship is that he is way more attractive than the other 100 guys. Right? Don't get things confused, guys. But again, nice knockers. Should I just, guys, cover her face and just have the knockers talking for you? Like maybe this frame? Okay, we won't do that, guys. It's taking it too far. Okay, let's continue.
Pretends to not get the message. His words say, hey, I really enjoy spending time with you, but his actions are saying otherwise. And then on one random Thursday evening, after you've spent the entire day together at a music festival, dancing and laughing and just having a grand time, you accidentally pry a little too much to figure out what he's doing with his time when he's not doing you. In your prying, he asks you if you would like to be exclusive, and you say, that's not exactly what I was saying, because you're really not sure if you'd like to be exclusive. You haven't been in a relationship in a really long time, and you're a bit avoidant yourself, and you never really thought that this guy was your soulmate, but you were really enjoying your time together, so you kind of just wanted things to stay exactly as they were. But then in 2 sentences, he fucks it all up, because he starts by saying, I really value your friendship. And you sit there silently for a few moments, and then you say, are you saying you just want to be friends? And rather than answering that question with the respect and clarity you deserve after 2.5 months of developing a relationship with this man, he says...
No. I'm gonna stop you right there. You don't deserve clarity and respect. Respect is the least thing you deserve right now. You deserve to get spit on the face, if you ask me, but maybe I'm a bit too obscene, you know? Maybe not that, but... What respect and clarity are we talking about, guys? So she says, I don't want to be part of a relationship. I don't want to call this a situationship either. I want to stay in between, in the fog. And then immediately afterwards, she proceeds to say that she deserves clarity. Madam, not even yourself, not even you can provide clarity to what the hell is happening here. Oh, my hell, guys. But women asking for things that they don't deserve and don't reciprocate back? Wow, color me shocked, guys. It's gotta be the first time I hear about it.
after 2.5 months of
Also, did I mention this one has some very nice milk?
developing a relationship with this man, he says, sometimes I like to have sex with you, sometimes I don't, I can't explain it. So of course you go silent for the incredibly awkward 30-minute drive home, and you put your sunglasses on so he can't see the tears forming in your eyes as he says, I don't know, I really like you, I think it's a me problem. He drops you off at your house, and the next morning he texts you to check in and says that he misses you. It's been 12 hours. And you proceed to apologize to him for your reaction to his disrespectful communication and ask for clarification.
There you go, guys. She's apologizing. When was the last time a woman apologized to you? For me, personally, I think like 15 years ago, my mother apologized for something.
He still does not apologize. He says, yes, I just...
Holy crap, it started out of nowhere, guys. If I haven't pressed anything. Neither the editor. Right? Some Poda guys. Some ghost guys. Paranormal activity right here. But I haven't given you the word, madam. Can you shut up? So going back to my point, outside of my mother, nobody else, nobody from the female gender has apologized to me, right? And if you happen to share this same experience, it's because you treat them with respect, because you love them and you cherish them, and they hate that crap. They really don't like it, guys. You gotta be a bad boy. You gotta value them in the same manner and with the same proportion that you will value an S3X toy that costs $5 at the grocery store. That's how you gotta value them. Then you'll get respect, and then they'll apologize. They'll chase after you, right? Oh, he done? That doesn't make sense at all. Guys, just look at the men she's dating. She has 100 guys piled up on her DMs that are texting her good morning and that are being nice. And what do they get? No crap. What does the bad boy get, however? The one who's just using her for her body, doesn't care to reply for half a day, admittedly says to her effing face that he doesn't even enjoy hooking up with her. You know, sorry, this S3X doll, not impressed. And she still chases after him and apologizes. I don't know, guys. Make of that what you will.
He still does not apologize. He says, yes, I just want to be friends for now, and I don't want to think about it too much. You are still confused, and you reply, well, that's not exactly what I was hoping to hear. But you continue to entertain this man for the next week as you grapple with your emotions about this whole situation and contemplate what he really meant. But after a week, you finally find the courage to politely call this man out for his inconsistency and disrespect. And he finally sort of apologizes and responds again by saying that he really values you in his life and he doesn't want this to be the end of the friendship. So you, kind of fed up at this point, say, prove it. Show me with your actions, not your words. I don't believe your words anymore. Show me with your actions. Show me with...
And he's gone.
Intention. And what does he do? He ghosts you.
I haven't watched it, I swear. Not very clairvoyant moment. We all knew what was gonna happen. Yes, no, he's not gonna show you effort. He doesn't care about you. There's 3 seconds left. Let's see if she says something important. No, she just wonders at how stupid she herself is. So here ends the TikTok, guys. I don't know what else can be said. Women just like bad men, right? They like evil. They like to destroy things. The annihilators, guys, we should call them. They don't like peace and tranquility and having a normal life with one of those men who send her flowers without receiving anything in return. No, they go out of their way. They zigzag out of 300 good men like Neo from the Matrix dodging bullets to get to that one bad boy that wasn't even interested in them. You know, so no sympathy for this woman. But she has some very nice milk, guys. I gotta stipulate. But now, with that being said, let's quickly move on to our article story, because if we have time, I wanted to talk about something. So, let's go to this one. It's a very long one, a bit like my wiener, but we'll still go through it. The attention trap when dating as a woman becomes a dopamine fix. So I think this was written by a woman, and it comments about the topic we already discussed, right? The dopamine fix. I recently realized one of the hidden dangers of modern dating, especially as a woman. Starts off subtly. A guy you're genuinely interested in doesn't message you one morning like he usually does. Rationally, you know people get busy, but emotionally, your brain feels it like a withdrawal, because you're not just attached to him, you're attached to the feeling he gave you, the dopamine, the validation, the hit. Talking like a 30-year experienced junkie, right? Right here. But it's true, women are emotion based, which is maybe not a bad thing on itself. But considering that like 95% of women in today's society are clinically insane, then it becomes a problem when you're all about emotions and you cannot make the right choices according to your own reason. And that's where the trap begins. It says, like an addict, you find yourself reaching for the next fix. Another guy, another conversation. It's easy to justify, if he won't give me attention, someone else will. Now you're texting two guys. One you actually care about but feel let down by, and another who was only meant to be a distraction. Before you know it, you're juggling 7 conversations and 7 winners, may I add, but the only one that ever really mattered to you was the first. So there you have it, guys, according to her own words. Not a lot of women will say this. Not a lot of women will be clear about this. But this is the case with all women who have either been on the dating apps for too long, or have texted multiple men, or who have a boyfriend but keep a few options open in their DMs. This is the case with all of them, and it's that they'll never be satisfied by a single healthy relationship. They've lost all pair bonding ability. They cannot be saved. I continue now. People often say, if he liked you, you'd know. There will be no doubt. But that's not really the issue. The issue is you're not looking for options, you're coping. You're numbing the sting of vulnerability with the attention of others. You're self-medicating with male validation. This pattern became even clearer to me recently. I started talking to someone online. At first it was innocent, he seemed sweet. I even encouraged him to date other people after his divorce. But slowly our conversations deepened. We began to talk seriously about meeting. We even had a S3 actual chat yesterday. Then suddenly he went silent. No good morning, no follow-up. And just like that, my nervous system freaked out. I started thinking about messaging someone else, not because I like them, but because my brain wanted the dopamine rush back. That hit that tells you you're still wanted. I've mentioned many times on the channel, guys, women are absolutely dependent upon men. No matter how much they say that they are empowered and all that, they say that because they have 100 guys in their DMs, right? If they didn't, women are by no stretch of the imagination independent. They are so hooked and dependent on male validation that they cannot live without it. They simply cannot live without it. If we were to remove women's option, they will come crawling back. I've said it multiple times. I'm willing to die on this hill. I'm so certain about this. They'll crawl back on all fours. Please, daddy, show me attention. That's what they'll say, right? So just stop giving them your attention. I did some reading, and psychologically this is called an intermittent reinforcement cycle, and it's powerful. The same reward system slot machines use. The unpredictability of the reward, attention in this case, makes it even more addictive. Combine that with an anxious attachment style, you start mistaking emotional panic for romantic intuition. Guys, I'm so tired of these attachment styles. Anxious attachment, avoidant. Shit doesn't mean anything. Can you stop with all those word salads? Just say that you are an unbalanced B-word. That's what you are. There's no anxious attachment style here. Oh, this man had avoidant attachment. No, he just doesn't care about you. That's not an avoidant attachment style. He just doesn't give a shit about you, in other words. My hell. So I paused. I asked myself, what is the point of texting someone else? Is it about connection or control? Is it about my heart or my ego? I had to admit it was ego. It was fear. It was a coping mechanism. It reminded me of something that happened with a former friend. She started using Tinder heavily after finding out I'd met my ex there. Dating apps are far more favorable to women. Oh, you think so? In terms of attention, they create a surplus of matches and messages. She'd leave mid-conversation to go on random coffee dates. When I expressed concern, she said she was just getting to know people. They are the euphemisms. I feel like 40% of what women talk is just euphemisms. Then one day at university, she told me she had a dilemma. So this is a young woman, right? She liked one guy, but he hadn't confirmed their date. Feeling snubbed, she scheduled another date for the same evening, while already having a date with a different guy in the morning. I tell you what, guys, and I'm not kidding. These women have thousands of options. When I say thousands of options, there are some guys who are like, oh, well, that's clearly like, hyperbole. It's not. It's not. They literally have thousands of options all throughout their lives. Thousands. Thousands, guys. Not one. A few. So easy nowadays to be a woman. It's just so easy. The only thing they have to do is fight off the urge to become a vampire for male validation and pick a good man. That's the only thing they have to do. It's not that hard, alright? Men's game, way harder. Way harder. When the original guy finally messaged her, she panicked. She had accidentally triple booked. My hell. He wanted me to take photos with her at an art fair, to fake a prior commitment. I told her no. I also told her to think about how she'd feel if someone did that to her. This woman that writes this story is reasonable, and we see her trying to fight off the cultural push to become a 304. And by cultural, I don't mean men, I don't mean the patriarchy, the system. No, I mean basically Hollywood, the music industry, and dating apps like Tinder, social apps, the whole cultural thing of saying that it's very empowered to be sleeping around. The real issue wasn't logistics, it was addiction. He wasn't dating for connection, he was dating for reassurance. And I realized I'm doing the same, even if I'm technically not dating anyone and I'm starting to talk to this guy. Attention is intoxicating. We chase not love, but prove that we're desirable, worthy, seen. Yeah, because maybe having 1,000 guys messaging you isn't enough to feel desirable, maybe. But it comes at a cost. So I've decided I'm done wasting energy on men I don't genuinely care about. So here I am, choosing to sit with the discomfort instead of running from it. Wow! Can it be, guys? Is this true, chat? Can it be that there's one woman that we know of who is actually trying to be a reasonable, down-to-earth human individual instead of just letting go and becoming a gear in the 304 machinery? Cannot believe it. No distractions, no dopamine patches, just me letting the moment pass. Because healing doesn't always come from the next conversation. Sometimes it comes from learning to tolerate silence. Very poetic ending. But guys, bravo. Bravo to this woman. Hell yeah. That's what all women should be doing. Yeah? This shouldn't be the one-off case that makes me drop my jaw to the floor. This should be what every woman strives to be. And that is a normal human individual that is not entitled, arrogant, constantly coping, constantly chasing the next dopamine hit, and becoming with each passing day more and more undateable. So congratulations to this woman. She figured it out, guys. Okay, it wasn't so hard. This is a woman in her early 20s. Wasn't so hard. Doesn't take freaking Socrates over here to figure this one out. It's not that hard. Just literally stop to think about it for a few days and you'll figure it out. You'll figure dating out as a woman. Just open your mind and stop to think about it for 5 seconds, damn it. But most of them won't, right? So gentlemen, too long of an article, but it was an important one. Didn't leave us time to talk about what I had to talk, which is AI. I mentioned it in yesterday's video. Okay, we'll do it tomorrow, right? But for now, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you liked this episode. Leave me your comments. I'll read them as always. And please like and subscribe to support the channel. You can also find me on Patreon. I'll see you guys.